Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the AM briefing for Tuesday, September the 10th. Today's verse, Jesus looked at them and said, "With man, this is impossible, but not with God. All things are possible with God." So, all things are possible with God. You know how you access that? Through the blessing and the gift of prayer. So prayer is certainly a blessing and a gift from God himself. So use it. Use it. It is a gift. All right, let's get into it, guys. Welcome to the AM briefing brought to you by microstrader.com, where together we trade better. Episode number 257. So today's tip of the day is wait for your wave. Okay? Sometimes the market conditions, the personality of the price action matches your trading style, and sometimes it doesn't. And you have to wait for your perfect wave. And that's what happened to me yesterday, and we'll take a peek at that. So remember, below here are timestamps, a chart, and where my eyeballs are looking on the chart. And if you're brand new to my group, make sure you earn your badges. If you want to check us out, grab yourself a Zoom pass at microstrader.com. And if you wouldn't mind liking, clicking, subscribing, making a comment, that would be wonderful. All right, let's move forward into our morning. So here are our news drivers. Once again, it's Tuesday. There's nothing going on. It's the day before CPI. That's what's going on. And then it gets another red folder day. And then at the end of the week, I had Friday as green, but I changed it to yellow because of the contract rollover week. Tonight is the presidential debate. And we'll see how that goes. And once again, the expected move for this week is twice what it was last week. So we got CPI this week, FOMC next week, plus OPEX, and the presidential sentencing. I forgot to mention this weekend, got moved into November. So we no longer have that red folder event on us. So get prepared to move into level 10 territory and be prepared for that. And be prepared for it in a way that you know exactly what you're going to do, not deciding on that day what you were going to do. What is your level 10 trading plan? Boy, I need to remember that tomorrow. So when we opened up last night, we were certainly laddering up, taking the move back, and in fact, going what I call parabolic. So we open up, we come back down into the opening here, and I definitely took that long scratch trade. Somewhere else in here, I made another long scratch trade. Okay. This is not clean, clear, crisp levels by any stretch of the imagination. You're simply, if you're going long here, you are going with trend and you're looking for a location that makes sense based off this disgusting price action. Okay. Yesterday, the levels I gave you to the north was this zone here, and that's where we tend to have tapped out, and then an aggressive move back in. Now, NQ offered a beautiful short in this area, but ES didn't, so I did not participate in this move. Oh well, sometimes you don't get to be in the move. We come down to the trend line, and one thing I don't do, sorry, let me grab the correct tool. One thing I don't do is take the first counter trade off of here. Okay, so no matter, even if I had a beautiful level to short, I'm not going to short right off the trend line. And I'm cautioning my traders to do the same thing. Then we lose it and come right to VWAP. When we're at VWAP, I draw out two scenarios based off what I see happening here. Once again, we just, from VWAP, we come to this next level here that I like. Okay, if we lose this trend line, I'm looking for this type of trade here. And that trade certainly presented itself a couple times, but not clean price action. Which, by the way, Scott mentioned this in the group. And one of the reasons we're on an hour before the market opens is we are judging how is price behaving off of our levels? Are we touching and going? Is it sloppy? Is it slow? And today, the sloppy price action from the overnight session certainly bled into the morning session. It was just ugly. So I had two or three, I forget exactly, scratch trades. And when I get those two or three scratch trades, I go ahead and close my DOM and I quit at my quitting time, which is right here. It made another push down to a high time frame level here, did a double tap, and then actually did this scenario and worked its way back up. So let's go to a 3-minute chart here. I can get rid of those. Let's spread this out here. And I want to keep the single prints on there. And I want to come in and add this. So although I'm not trading in the afternoon, we post in Discord, okay? In the morning, we're live on Zoom. And then for the rest of the day, we're communicating via our Discord channel on the trading floor. So when you join my group, the trading floor is the main place that we're meeting throughout the day. So as this was happening here, I said 90 to 95 was the most likely target. 95 was here and 90 was here. And that seemed to be where we tapped out. As we were up there and I come back into my trading day, POC is setting right here. And I made this comment, which turned out to be part of the setup that I had. I said, if they can't get the single prints, and I'm talking about this set of single prints right here, if they can't get the set of single prints, look for a move back to the point of control, POC here. And so I was just kind of waiting till they tipped their hand. That's what they're going to do. And I took this short, and this was a beautiful touch and go, which we did not get in the morning at all. So I took that short there. I drew this out for my group of this is how I think price is going to behave, that we're going to come down, hit this POC. And I also screenshotted that comment of that was the setup I was looking for. And then here at the end on this screenshot, I put, let me get rid of this one. We're flirting with 20 pointer now, which was right here, flirting back and forth. And I went ahead and took my 20 pointer. I made the comment that I feel like, because I had it at 10 points, that I went ahead and captured 10 additional points that I feel like I have a free trade if I got another setup, and did not get another setup, just pure slop and chop. And that's it. So a few trades there in the first morning, break even, wait for your wave, come back later in the day, see if anything sets up to how you like to trade, and is price performing well. And if it is, that is delightful. So that's how my morning shaped up. So let's go to, let's turn that off. Beautiful. Let's go to a 30-minute chart. Let me get rid of my strong levels here. And let's turn on trend lines. So we had this high time frame trend line here, and price flirted with it, and you got to say that, yeah, it broke above it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to adapt this to here and go, well, it still broke above it. And if I go here, it still broke above it. If I go here, I'd really no longer think that's really a great trend line. I like to have multiple touches on there. So at this point, I'm going to call this trend line broken by time. Okay. And so broken by time. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this trend line. And now I'm going to come back in here. I'm going to anchor it to here. I'm probably going to anchor this. And I'll put it on this low point here to give it the steepness to where I would want to know the first time it violated it. So we had this monster Friday, and we just played inside of this day. Okay. So an inside day, we're still in the middle of this range here. So the middle of this is basically the middle of that. So that's important. Let's do this. Let's come in here. Let's grab this and look at where that middle line is. I might actually throw this on here, and I'm going to put middle 2 days. And I'm going to move that to the right. And I'm going to make this white. White is informational on our charting system. So I like that to put that middle, and I like to put that trend line because we seem to be taking it back and we are laddering up from there. The sessions are stacking to the north. And so I'm going to pay attention to that. So what have we done in the overnight session? Let's go to 3-minute chart. Let's pull this out. And it looks like London did what London does. It took out the Asia high and then took out the Asia low. And boy, was there 2 trades presented there. My goodness, that looks beautiful. But we know we're in the middle of all of this range. And if you want to trade an edge, this is not an edge. Okay. I would also honor this trend line until it is broken. Let's go take a peek at all the indices. Where's all the indices? 3 of us are in the upper distribution. Flirting with the halfback, flirting with VWAP. Flirting with halfback, flirting with VWAP, flirting with halfback, flirting for VWAP. Could it be the market is now in a standstill waiting for the CPI number? We're going to do another near inside day, ready for the explosion of CPI. I wish I knew, but we will trade the levels and trend as they are presented. I didn't delete these things. So bull bear. So the overnight trend line, can I draw an overnight trend line? Overnight trend line. I don't think I can draw an overnight trend line. It is balanced, so I'm not going to award that to anybody. Session stacking, I've got to now move that to the bulls. VWAP. How are we in relation to the VWAP? Once again, I can't call that. Today's range, we are in the upper distribution, so got to give it to the bulls. The indice, I got to get this trend line. I believe that really would represent the bull bear line. So I'm going to have to give that. Is that what was happening yesterday in that big move up? We only took back half the day. So I'm not going to give that to anyone. So it's kind of a sketchy scorecard, but I've got to put it on the side. The bulls are in control. And to me, this trend line here will tell me an awful lot about who is in control. I would also take that if we ladder up over the RTH high, take that set of single prints that is right above it and we ladder it, I'd probably go with it. If we broke this trend line with a vengeance, taking out this overnight low, laddering off the overnight low, I would probably go with it and look for the next entry. I really want to see proof that that would go lower because we do have this new week opening gap left unfilled as a potential target, where if we left this bounced here, I'd be looking for another short targeting this area here. If you'd like to trade with us live, check us out at microstrader.com. Grab your Zoom pass or become a full member.
Stay green, my friends, and to learn more about our group, go to microstrader.com.